gonna seize a championship match. The stakes couldn't be any higher for these two men. #1 contenders opportunity on the line.
Roderick Strong is a spectacular athlete.
And Itami is not going to let anyone get in his way.
Who will earn an opportunity to challenge Bobby Roode at NXT TakeOver Chicago for the NXT title? The glorious champion better be paying attention. Hello everyone and welcome to Full Sail University for another edition of NXT as we get set for the arrival of Aleister Black.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Amsterdam, Holland, weighing in 205 pounds, Aleister Black!
A troubled past, an ominous future, and a very dangerous present. Aleister Black stepped out of the darkness here in NXT with a mind to take out opponents quickly and tread the shortest path possible to the NXT Championship. Having beaten Andrade Cien Almas at NXT TakeOver Orlando, he seems on track to do just that.
Ever since WrestleMania weekend, the NXT Universe, all they can talk about is the presence of Aleister Black. First, we talk about the new era, the new attitude of NXT, and look no further than Mr. Black.
Tell you what, this guy is a self-taught genius. He did 100+ books on physics, geometry, astronomy. This guy has a beautiful mind.
Arguably the most dangerous striker in NXT today. So Aleister Black readies himself for competition here tonight at Full Sail University inside the NXT arena against Cesar Bononi.
Talking about Cesar Bononi, he's 6'6", 260 from Brazil. He's got a background in wrestling, MMA, boxing, jiu-jitsu. The guy likes to utilize his strikes, likes to stay on his feet.
Look at the size differential.
Certainly can't sell Bononi short. From Brazil, as you said, the birthplace of modern jiu-jitsu.
Oh!
Wasn't ready for that.
Aleister Black just waited for his opportunity and then took it. And look at the calm of Aleister Black.
So impressive.
That is the mentality of a champion.
Oh, and Bononi went for a strike there and caught in the midsection, and here comes Bononi. Oh! Wow. Big drop kick from the big man. Looking for a cover here to kick out at one by Black. Tell you what, if you're the other NXT superstars in the locker room, you've seen what Aleister Black has done. You're chomping at the bit to be the first one to knock him off. Oh, Aleister Black.
Oh! That got him right underneath the jaw. Referee checking, he may be checking a few teeth.
Oh, and the knee right in the top of the back between the shoulder blades.
What a way to drop his opponent to his knee.
Cesar's getting
Black Mass! Black Mass! Aleister Black got all of that one!
good night.
Here's your winner, Aleister Black!
Well, Black not moving in the center of the ring. Bononi likewise doesn't know where he is. Let's take a look at how this man, Aleister Black, came out on top yet again. Here's the knee straight underneath the jaw. Look where he catches him.
What a mouth.
And here, finally, has no idea what he's turning around into. Black, oh! Right on the side of the jaw. Out cold.
Cesar Bononi wasn't moving, and Aleister Black perfectly still and perfectly centered after yet another victory here on NXT. And it was last week on NXT where we saw the women's division take center stage in a battle royal to determine the #1 contender to Asuka's championship at TakeOver Chicago. Bodies were being thrown over the top rope left and right as each competitor had their eye on Chicago and their opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship. As the dust began to settle, it would come down to Ember Moon, Ruby Riot, and Nikki Cross as the last remaining competitors until Asuka came to the ring to unleash her wrath. After laying waste to her potential opponents, an enraged general manager, Mr. William Regal, confronted Asuka backstage.
Asuka, at TakeOver Chicago, you will face all three of them.
A fatal four-way match for the NXT Women's Championship had been set for TakeOver Chicago, but after being thrown from the ring by Asuka, Ember Moon would receive word that she'd suffered a grade 1 shoulder sprain and will need 4 to 5 weeks of recovery. WWE.com cameras caught up with Ember Moon at the Performance Center earlier this week for an update.
Excuse me, Ember? Ember, I'm sorry. If we could just get a quick word from you. We were curious if there was any update from the doctor in regards to your condition as we head into NXT TakeOver Chicago.
What do you want me to say? This is the update. There's no TakeOver Chicago for me. I'm out. But you know what? When I get back, I'm gonna be better than ever.
No doubt a difficult time for Ember Moon as she once again misses out on an opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship. And with Ember out of the equation, we have confirmed that Asuka will defend her Women's Championship at TakeOver Chicago against Nikki Cross and Ruby Riot in a triple threat match. I cannot wait for that one. Just 1 week from Saturday, exclusively here on the WWE Network. And speaking of championship opportunities, there you see Roderick Strong getting prepared for the biggest match of his NXT career as he returns to in-ring action for the first time since becoming a new father. Roddy will do battle with Hideo Itami in a #1 contenders match for the NXT Championship. We'll find out which one of these incredible athletes will earn the opportunity to challenge Bobby Roode at NXT TakeOver Chicago. You do not want to miss our main event tonight on NXT.
This June, get ready to get loud. See Bobby Roode, Asuka, Sanity, and so many more when all the excitement of NXT heads your way this summer. Plus a special appearance by Cruiserweight Champion Neville, Jack Gallagher, and more live. WWE presents NXT Live, coming to the Download Festival weekend in Derby and a city near you on the following dates. Tickets are available. For more information, head on over to WWE.com.
Vulnerable will not be left alive. God's road leads, God was that
Welcome back to NXT, and you're listening to the song Overthrown by Hacktivist, one of the official themes of NXT TakeOver Chicago. It's off their album Overthrown, available now on iTunes and Spotify. And as news broke on social media over the weekend, Pete Dunne managed to come out victorious during WWE's tour of the UK to earn a United Kingdom Championship opportunity against reigning champion Tyler Bate. That match will take place just 1 week from Saturday at NXT TakeOver Chicago. But right now, let's take a moment to learn more about the #1 contender himself, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
From Birmingham, England, Pete Dunne!
I'm the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. I'm 5'10", 205 pounds, and I'm from Birmingham.
He calls himself the Bruiserweight, and there is not really a smile, but a smirk as he plays mind games.
I'm my own person. I'm unique. From the way I look, the way I wrestle, I do things my own way.
Someone will become WWE. Oh my God, what the hell? Pete Dunne! Pete Dunne!
I beat people up. I hurt people. I own the ring.
Make a name for yourself, kid.
In years of training in dojos in Japan, I survived that. And that's what made me the wrestler I am now. We're here to make ourselves stars. I'm the best wrestler in Britain. It's as simple as that. I just haven't had a platform like this yet.
Pete Dunne is ready for TakeOver Chicago just 1 week from Saturday. But tonight, NXT is brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Cricket has more 4G LTE coverage than T-Mobile or Sprint, and plans starting at only $30 per month, monthly taxes included. And as we saw earlier tonight, Ember Moon's shoulder injury has changed the landscape of the NXT Women's Championship match at TakeOver, as Asuka will now defend the title in a triple threat match against Sanity's Nikki Cross and one of NXT's newest superstars, Ruby Riot.
From Lafayette, Indiana, Ruby Riot!
I've been asked a lot lately, who is Ruby Riot? I'm a small town kid and was never supposed to amount to anything. I'm not much for predictable. I'm not much for blending in. A lot of people look at me and define me by my tattoos. And in a lot of ways, they're right. Each of my tattoos tell a story. They're all a part of me. I'm gonna add another piece to that story. And that story is Ruby Riot as NXT Women's Champion. In my life, I've made a lot of sacrifices. I've given up friendships, relationships with my family, seeing weddings, birthdays, graduations, to do this, to be here. The NXT Women's Championship is validation for every sacrifice I've ever made. Tonight, we start a riot.
Crazy level just went way up.
No one has seen anything like me.
Ruby Riot looks ready for a fight.
No one will ever see anything like me in that ring.
The girl is feisty and she won't back down. She won't quit.
Anytime I get hit in the ring, it reminds me that I'm alive. And it reminds me that I have to fight to be alive. I never, ever want to let go of that feeling.
Ruby Riot! Oh!
Anyone who steps into the ring with me is in for the fight of their life. That is home. That is where I was built, and that is where I will stay. I am Ruby Riot, and I'm here to break the mold of the NXT Women's Division.
Who will lead TakeOver Chicago as the NXT Women's Champion when Asuka, Nikki Cross, and Ruby Riot do battle in a triple threat match? Well, much like what you just saw with Ruby Riot, our producers attempted to interview Nikki Cross to get her thoughts on the match. But as we've seen with Cross since her arrival here at NXT, this was easier said than done. Let's take a look at Nikki's bizarre sit-down interview from earlier today.
Hi, Nikki. I just need to attach this microphone to you real quick, if you don't mind.
Sorry, if you just kind of let me, we gotta get some good sound. Here's oh my God!
Ruby. Asuka. 3, 2, 1. Action.
What are your plans for TakeOver Chicago, Nikki? Please, if you could just avoid touching the mic.
Ruby!
Nikki, TakeOver. Nikki, what is your strategy against Ruby Riot and Asuka for the NXT?
Where is Ruby? Where is Asuka? Where is my championship? Where is Asuka? Where is it, Asuka? Where is my championship? And Ruby, oh Ruby, Chicago TakeOver. I'm going to draw a line right underneath your name. And Asuka, I'm going to take everything from you. Everything! Everything.
Nikki Cross looks to be absolutely unhinged heading into TakeOver, but as you can see, it is the calm before the storm for Hideo Itami as he gets himself prepared for his #1 contenders match against Roderick Strong later tonight to determine which superstar will challenge Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship at TakeOver Chicago.
Drew, given that you've made it clear that you came back to NXT for one reason, the NXT Championship, what are your thoughts on the #1 contendership match tonight between Roderick Strong and Hideo Itami?
My thoughts are it's going to be a great match. But I have to admit, I'm a little bit disappointed I'm not in the mix. But here's the thing. I've learned over the past 16 years, more specifically the past 3 years, if something's not happening for you, you make it happen yourself. And trust me, the NXT Championship is my number.
Whoa! You think you deserve a second chance? If anyone deserves a second chance, it's Wesley Blake, a former NXT Tag Team Champion. So why don't we skip at your failed second chance here in NXT and leave again?
Rise to the Velveteen Dream Experience. Captivating, dominating. Looking away, it's not possible. Captivating. It's what you all yearn to be. The Velveteen Dream.
Welcome back to NXT, and DIY have made their way to the ring to address the NXT Universe and everyone here at Full Sail University on their feet.
Couple of likeable fellows. Let's see what they got to say.
The NXT Tag Team Champions, the Authors of Pain, are the biggest and the baddest, but they got what we want.
The fact of the matter is, we've never had a fair one-on-one championship rematch. So at NXT TakeOver Chicago, there's only one team that belongs in the ring with AOP.
The two of us against the two of them. before heavy machinery and every other team talks about getting in line, they need to know the line starts behind DIY.
This is interesting. Riddick Moss on the left and Tino Sabbatelli on the right.
Obviously taking umbrage to what DIY has said.
It's not about you guys. It's not about big fat giants who lumber around the ring. It's not about that anymore.
You know what? You talk about some line? Well, now that we're here, that line starts behind us.
Listen up, guys. If there was a line, then y'all homeboys, you just crossed it.
No! And Gargano had heard enough from Moss and Sabatelli.
I think we'd all heard enough.
So here we go. We're getting word here from our general manager, Mr. William Regal. This match has been made official here. And here we go. DIY is going to take on Moss and Sabatelli. This is Riddick Moss to start it off here against Tommaso Ciampa. Former NXT Tag Team Champions are DIY. They are no slouches. They won Match of the Year last year. And caught by Riddick Moss.
Great strength by Moss.
Big follow-away slam.
These guys are always going to have the advantage in that department. No question about it. You've got to respect their gumption for coming out here and saying, everyone behind us. Making an opportunity for themselves.
Tino Sabbatelli with authority into the corner. And a tag made now by Riddick Moss.
You know who we are.
Gotta think they've almost got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
These two are going full speed at Ciampa.
I don't think Ciampa expected this.
I told y'all the world just changed.
These guys enjoy the spotlight, don't they?
Enjoy the gym by the looks of them as well.
Tag made. Tino Sabbatelli back legal into this match. Sabatelli is a kick there on Ciampa. Sabatelli flat out is a millionaire. Starter in the NFL for 4 seasons in nearby Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cover here and a kick out. We've seen Sabatelli for a while, Percy. This guy rolls up to the WWE Performance Center in a white Maserati.
I mean, like you said, he's a second-round draft pick. He's got millions. But what kills me is these two believe they actually told me they should be handed the tag team title to save everyone else the embarrassment.
You sound a little jealous, Percy.
I just can't believe that they would actually say that. They would verbalize it and tell someone else that. To say it in private is one thing.
I think you're just jealous you don't have a Maserati, mate.
I don't want a Maserati.
In the moment, Sabatelli and Moss in command of DIY. Ciampa is in a lot of trouble. Off the ropes. Moss just ran through him.
Did not expect this.
Cover here from Moss and a kick out.
Moss and Sabatelli really showing me something.
Moss has got an NFL background in his own right. Played for the Miami Dolphins for a brief stint as a linebacker. Now Tino Sabbatelli. Percy, you've seen a lot of superstars like this in NXT and WWE. Sabatelli has all the tools to be successful.
Without a doubt. I mean, he's strong, he's quick, he's powerful. He's got a great physique. And apparently he's really intelligent in the ring.
Now Ciampa trying to fight back here. trying to reach out into the corner was Ciampa. Now Sabatelli, thought about a suplex.
Oh,
Great
wow.
by Ciampa.
What great strength from Ciampa. And now finally, Gargano, who's been in the corner the entire match, fresh.
He's got to be ready to go.
There it is.
Tag made. And a shot there by Gargano on his way into the ring. And Johnny Wrestling is showing what he does best.
Seamless.
Leaping into the neck breaker. And Gargano out onto the apron. Riddick Moss. Sabatelli took a swipe at him, and Moss connected. Spear through the ropes, and now Gargano sitting down on the cover, broken up by Sabatelli.
Sabatelli and Moss have got something to prove, though.
It's not often you see an ex-NFL linebacker get tackled like that.
Now Sabatelli trying to get back up and toss outside the ring along with his partner Moss. And and there is Ciampa.
Moss and Sabatelli on the outside. Gargano will fly.
Down goes Moss onto the steel.
And now Ciampa.
Here it come.
Ciampa with the knee. And look at DIY directed traffic. They send Moss back inside the ring. Double knees right into the chest.
And this is the DIY that we expected from the outset. Moss in trouble. Center ring. Goodbye.
Boom! DIY knock off the quote gifted athletes.
Here are your winners, DIY!
Well, the former NXT Tag Team Champions get the due. But in my mind, Moss and Sabatelli came out with something to prove, and they proved it to me.
Moss and Sabatelli clearly have a lot of talent here, but it's DIY just one step better here tonight on NXT. Let's take a look back here. This is the seamless teamwork of Gargano and Ciampa. These two have known each other for years.
For many years, teaming up here. And oftentimes Ciampa likes to hit that knee on a standing opponent, but Versatile hits it on the floor. And then finally, dead center in the middle of the ring, Moss out on his knees, on his back. 1, 2, and 3 for the former champs.
Whether it's Moss and Sabatelli, Heavy Machinery, or the champs, the authors of pain, DIY, they don't back down from a fight.
Gentlemen, congratulations. 2 weeks in NXT TakeOver Chicago. It's obvious that there's only one team that deserves to challenge for the NXT Tag Team titles.
Now, if you think you can take DIY and put them back in the ring with my authors of pain, well, my team of Dynasty will end their careers.
Paul, that's a chance that I'm willing to take.
Well, then their blood will be on your hands.
Paul, would you not like to know the stipulation for that match? At NXT TakeOver Chicago, I'm going to take those tag team championships and I'm going to hang them above the ring. Because DIY will face the authors of pain in a ladder match.
What?
What a decision by a general manager, Mr. William Regal. A ladder match for the NXT Tag Team titles.
Cassius Ohno, you made your return to NXT, yet failed to capture the NXT Championship. Where do you go from here?
Where do I go from here? You know, I came back to NXT for that championship, and I had an opportunity against Bobby Roode, and I fell down. And when you fall down, you can stay down or you can get right back up. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I did 3.5 years ago when I got released. I fell down. But I spent those 3.5 years getting up. Night after night after night. Anyone that's seen me in action knows when I step into a building, I tear it down. And I'm in a different building now. It's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit nicer. It's got a lot more bricks. And how do you take down a skyscraper? Brick by brick by brick. And we got a lot of bricks here, I'm not going to lie. We got guys like Aleister Black. We got guys like Drew McIntyre. Got a #1 contendership tonight between Hideo Itami and Roderick Strong. And if I...
Why did you bother to come back? You ruined your opportunity, perro. ¿Entiendes?
Yeah, I understand. Mr. Tranquilo's here trying to tell me about opportunities. The guy that squanders his opportunity. Man, all the talent you got and all you care about is what happens after your matches. I tell you what, I got an opportunity for you, amigo. Next week. Cien? Cassius Ohno. What do you say?
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, the challenge has been laid down and accepted. It looks like next week, Cassius Ohno will go one-on-one with Andrade Cien Almas. But coming up first, it's finally time to decide the #1 contender to Bobby Roode's NXT Championship when Hideo Itami and Roderick Strong go one-on-one in our main event. Don't go anywhere. Our main event is next. Welcome back to NXT, and we want to send a huge thank you to Fozzy for their song Judas. It's one of the official themes of NXT TakeOver Chicago, and it's available now on iTunes and Spotify. And speaking of TakeOver, the WWE United Kingdom Championship will be defended for the first time ever on NXT's biggest stage when Pete Dunne challenges Tyler Bate just 1 week from Saturday in Chicago. Let's take a moment now to learn more about the reigning and defending UK champion, Tyler Bate.
My name is Tyler Bate, and I'm from Dudley of England.
From the Black Country, technically sound, great charisma, fast and strong, and really a throwback to that old school style.
I believe I have the advantage because I have nothing to lose. But when push comes to shove, that's when this one here, I like to call this one bop. That one's bang. Did you see that one coming, did you?
Oh, what a left!
Well, he threw Bop up in the air and he caught him with bang.
I may be 19 years old, but I'm still a man with 2 hands that could knock anybody out that I desire.
Tyler Bate with a Tyler driver! Tyler Bate's the champion!
I say that age is just a number, and the only numbers I care about are the 1, 2, 3.
Perseverance, guts, and never say die! Tyler Bate, the first ever WWE United Kingdom champion!
Roderick Strong, you're just moments away from the #1 contendership match for the NXT Championship. What is your mindset right now?
This is why I'm here. This is what I've worked for. Now it's time.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is to determine the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Making his way to the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing 200 pounds, Roderick Strong!
Roderick Strong, we've learned so much about this man over the last few weeks. The WWE Universe knows the star in Roderick Strong, but Nigel, you're one of the few people who knows the man, the emotion, the journey that this man's been on.
You know, I've known him since 2002. We met in Tampa, Florida. Very different man then. But you know, a lot of what we're seeing, I didn't know about him until now. Like, this is something that's been inside Roderick Strong for the longest time. Can you imagine how that feels?
Hideo, we just heard from Roderick Strong. What are your thoughts going into the #1 contendership match?
I respect Roderick Strong. He's great. But I'm going to take over Chicago. And he's going to go to sleep.
And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 190 pounds, Hideo Itami!
It was our NXT champion, Bobby Roode, who put it to the general manager, Mr. William Regal. Whoever challenges me for my title at NXT TakeOver Chicago is gonna have to earn it. And Mr. Regal believes Hideo Itami and Roderick Strong extraordinarily worthy.
Well, I gotta say, Hideo Itami has been with NXT for 3 years, but he's been out with injuries for 2. With the shoulder surgery, with the neck injury. And he's not going to let anyone get in his way, including Roderick Strong.
Nigel, you know what it means to have ups and downs in your career. How much does it take for you to come back with the authority that Hideo Itami has?
It's hard, I tell you, but they treat him well in Japan. From the very beginning there, he was actually one of the young boys of Japanese legend Kenta Kobashi.
So here we go, Roderick Strong and Hideo Itami, who will earn an opportunity to challenge Bobby Roode for the NXT title.
Both men certainly capable contenders. Itami likes to throw kicks a lot. Roderick Strong chops, but both have great background, as you're seeing here in the grappling world. Keeping on top, trying to ride back and forth. Somewhat of a stalemate. Neither man taking too many chances right now.
Hideo Itami measuring Roderick Strong here early on in the match. This sort of opportunity, you don't want to leave anything to chance. NXT TakeOver Chicago just 1 week away from Saturday, right here live on the WWE Network.
Test of strength right here.
And our NXT champion Bobby Roode is trying to fend off Hideo Itami. It was Hideo Itami who stepped right to the champion, made him go to sleep. An emphatic statement sent throughout the NXT universe.
I've competed against both of these guys before in big championship matches, and I can tell they're both very capable. I once took on Itami in New York City with a torn bicep. It was one of the most debilitating beatings I'd had in my career.
Itami able to control Roderick Strong here early on in this match. And if you're Roderick Strong, you know the strikes are coming from Hideo Itami on the alternate side. They don't call Roderick Strong the Messiah, the backbreaker for nothing. Now off the ropes, and Roderick Strong driven down to the mat. Hideo Itami on the move here. Whoa, went for the leaping knee. Oh, GTS! And Roderick Strong gets out of the ring. Roderick Strong and Hideo Itami, who will become #1 contender to the NXT champion Bobby Roode.
generation has arrived.
NXT, the future is now.
We are live at Full Sail University. Over the last year, NXT has grown into a major force. NXT is taking over.
You could be looking at some future Hall of Famers compete here tonight.
How impressive and how exciting the future of WWE is.
NXT redefined the sports entertainment landscape.
The future is now. NXT, the future is now. Available now online or wherever books are sold.
It is all about an opportunity at the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver Chicago against Bobby Roode. Hideo Itami looking for new life here in this match against Roderick Strong. Tossed into the corner, now Roderick Strong caught out on the apron. Shot to the midsection of Itami.
Oh! You heard the shot all the way over here.
Oh! The crack of a whip. Both these guys are just in such great physical condition. Neither of them get tired. I've been in the ring with Roderick Strong for an hour, time and time again. Just does not get tired.
Oh, man. A back elbow there from Hideo Itami. So much to prove here tonight. Cover here to kick out at 1.
I'll tell you, barely a 1 count.
Hideo Itami has come back here on NXT with a vengeance. He's had ups and downs in his career, but right now, tonight, is all about validating the hard work, getting back to title opportunities.
I bet, I mean, he's thinking like he's wasted so much time. He feels like now is his time to prove to everyone that he's number 1 contender.
I don't know if it's wasted time so much. It's just luck has not gone the way Hideo Itami has wanted. Now he's trying to make up for some time.
Oh, look at this.
And Itami, man's a showman.
Somewhat a show of disrespect. I tell you, he's just trying to get in Strong's head.
Oh, wow.
Brutal body shot, knocking the wind out of him.
Right to the gut.
Oh, again.
Listen up. Come on, Hideo, come on, get him out of there.
That's going to make it hard for Strong to breathe.
Oh, and trying to block the suplex here is Roderick Strong using the left leg to hook the leg of Hideo Itami. Caught up on the top rope there.
Let's see what Strong does with the advantage.
And now Roderick Strong all over Hideo Itami. Roderick Strong, over a decade in sports entertainment. It took for him to get here to NXT. He has fought so hard for this opportunity to be here and now to possibly be on the cusp of main eventing NXT TakeOver Chicago.
That's one of the great things I love about Roderick Strong. No matter how much punishment he takes, he can dish it out just the same.
Now Strong, the number 1 contender's opportunity and a kick out.
Keeps hold though, you see the way there. Itami kicked out. Strong kept on top of him.
And you look at this, look at what Roderick Strong is targeting, the surgically repaired shoulder.
Right. Pushing a lot of pressure on that AC joint. Just a simple armbar, but with that knee to the back of the neck, extra pressure applied there.
You see the massive scar there on the shoulder of Hideo Itami. An injury from several years ago, but it's gotta bother him at this point with what Roderick Strong's doing to him.
Good strategy. You heard him screaming there, give up. You're not gonna get that from Hideo Itami. No chance. But this will be causing some damage.
Now Hideo trying to find a way free here from Roderick Strong. Whoop, whoop. Oh, and a pump handle backbreaker. Goodness. Cover here from Strong. Hooked to both legs, kick out.
Let's take a look there. Pump handle all the way up, twists him round, and a backbreaker as well. That's why they call him the Messiah of the backbreaker.
And Roderick Strong once again back up on top here of Hideo Itami, isolating the surgically repaired shoulder. Got his arms and hands right underneath the jaw, right into the throat even.
Great strategy from Strong.
Let's not forget about the pressure applied. It was applied to the lower back of Hideo Itami.
Hideo able to create a little separation. Roderick Strong, gets his boot up in time.
Dueling boots. Strong was there first.
Now Strong, here's the cover here and a kick out.
That's the thing about Roderick Strong. Passion and determination from the very first day that I met him. Roderick Strong versus the world. It was his mantra then, it's his mantra now, because he truly does believe he's the very best in this business.
Oh! Whoa! Drop kick connected on the cheek of Hideo Itami. Roderick Strong for the championship opportunity and a kick out.
Drop kicked Itami in the back of his head. His front of his head got in the way.
And for years, it may have been Roderick Strong versus the world, but as a new father, Roddy has vowed that he's no longer fighting just for himself. But for the first time in his tumultuous life, Roddy is fighting for family in his quest to become NXT champion. Nigel, if you're the NXT champion, Bobby Roode, you're watching these two go at it. Is there one of them you prefer to face? Oh, cover here and a kick out.
Well, I think if you body Roode, you've been knocked out by the go to sleep. That's the last thing you want to have to experience again.
At the same time, two men with a lot to prove. Roderick Strong proved equally dangerous to Bobby Roode. And now look at Itami. The strikes dropping Strong to the outside of the ring. Uh-oh. Oh, into the apron. Roderick Strong tossing Hideo Itami into the apron. Which of these men is going to challenge Bobby Roode in Chicago?
Dad, you in trouble? A little. What kind? Kind where you can't leave the state. Hi, everybody. I'm auditioning for the role of Jesus Christ. Superstar. What if you drop a single spot on me?
That is the exact opposite of what Jesus was about.
Really? I was rude and selfish, and you guys gave me a second chance.
This is what we do.
I surrendered. My way didn't work. I missed out on all of this.
The Resurrection of Gavin Stone. Own it on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD.
This June, get ready to get loud. See Bobby Roode, Asuka, Sanity, and so many more when all the excitement of NXT heads your way this summer. Plus a special appearance by Cruiserweight Champion Neville, Jack Gallagher, and more live. WWE presents NXT Live, coming to the Download Festival weekend in Derby and a city near you on the following dates. Tickets are available. For more information, head on over to WWE.com.
Which one of these men will earn the #1 contender's opportunity at the NXT Championship? Who will face Bobby Roode at TakeOver Chicago? It is Roderick Strong all over Hideo Itami at the moment.
And let's take a look how he pushed that advantage. Picked him up like a small child and dumped him onto the apron right across his ribs. Strong doing very well to maintain the advantage.
Oh, no. And a jawbreaker there by Hideo Itami creates a little bit of breathing room between he and Roderick Strong.
This is why Itami is so dangerous, though. In an instant, he can turn things back around.
Oh, man. Roderick Strong trying to dig down deep and misses in the corner. And down middle of the ring.
Both guys had the same idea. Both exhausted. They've gone hammer and tongs from the bell.
These two have put it all on the line for an opportunity at the NXT Championship.
Now this is a big point in the match. What goes through your head here?
And Hideo Itami, first one up to his feet, looks to take advantage here, dropping Roderick Strong in succession, and here come the strikes. Suplex from Hideo Itami.
And now he's cooking. This is when Itami is most dangerous.
Hideo Itami trying to find some breathing room here against Roderick Strong. Gets the boot up in time. Yeah. Oh! Itami, an innovator offensively, using the top rope to his advantage. And off the top turnbuckle, dropping Strong. Can Itami capitalize, however? Hook to the leg here, and Roderick Strong is still in it.
Gritty and determined. Strong is not going to quit if there is an ounce of energy in his body.
Hideo's got to keep applying the pressure here.
Strong and opened up there for a moment. And catching those strikes, but retaliates with one of his own. Oh, and an angle slam there from Roderick Strong. Cover here. And Itami kicked out.
Both these guys want that opportunity so much. Now you can start to see the fatigue factor.
You got to think those kickouts by Hideo Itami are harder and harder now. He's been taking punishment to that lower back.
And both these superstars taking a ton of punishment, all to earn an opportunity at the NXT Championship. Oh!
Clubbing forearms and a back elbow.
How are these two men still on their feet? Backbreaker!
More damage done.
Cover on Itami. Is Strong going to Chicago? No.
And that is the value of those back breakers. It weakens the back, which makes it more difficult to kick out. So when he can finally, if he can finally hit that sit kick, he gets the win.
Watch this one more time. Hideo Itami was going into the corner for the drop kick, caught in the arms of Strong, and then boom! This backbreaker just crumpled Itami, but both men still alive here.
I think you pretty much touched on it, Nigel. When you have that type of significant back damage, it almost immobilizes you. It's hard to compete.
Up to the top turnbuckle now, Hideo Itami and Roderick Strong. What are these two men thinking?
This does not look good, whatever this is.
He's going to try and get him up and perhaps drop him across those knees, a double knee gut buster. No way, though, Itami's going to let him.
Oh! I would have spelled disaster for Hideo Itami, but neither man is backing down. This is getting physical here atop the turnbuckle.
Falcon arrow off the top.
Itami connects. Cover. Roderick Strong is not going away.
Roderick Strong will not quit.
Roderick has got to be just running on sheer determination at this point.
So Itami has got to know now. He's got to hit that go to sleep. But that back is weakened. Can he get Strong up? Can he keep him up?
At the same time, Roderick Strong can connect with this sick kick from out of nowhere. Both these men exchanging shots here middle of the ring. Whew. Your men have beaten the hell out of each other tonight for an opportunity in Chicago.
Back and forth, sweat flies.
Knee right on the jaw there.
Cover him!
Itami.
Cover him!
That might be it.
Strong collapses into the cover. Hideo Itami got the shoulder off the mat.
How did Hideo Itami kick out? I thought he was out cold.
Goodness.
So did Roderick Strong. Look at his eyes. Look at Itami's eyes. He doesn't know where he is.
You see Hideo checking his jaw.
He's in trouble.
A faraway look in the eyes of Hideo Itami. He could be in trouble here. Roderick Strong. Hold on, Itami. Oh! Itami able to drop Roderick Strong.
That jumping knee strike from Itami. Cuts Roderick Strong off at the pass. But there is so much damage is being done. It was that jumping knee strike from Strong that knocked him clean on his back. Now both men staggering, barely able to get to all fours. Oh, he's got him up.
Wait.
Could be time for the go to sleep. Strong saw it coming. Oh, and look at it, Itami able to counter in midair with a boot. Here comes Itami.
Oh my goodness.
Into the corner.
Devastation. Back and forth now, Strong in trouble. Will this be the end?
Look at Roderick Strong refusing to back down, refusing to quit. True grit here in this match. Oh, up on the shoulders. And Tommy, go to sleep.
Surely.
Hideo Itami the cover. Hideo Itami is the #1 contender.
Here is your winner, Hideo Itami.
What a match here tonight on NXT.
What a match indeed, and I don't know if you can see the NXT universe starting to stand up in a show of respect, a standing ovation. Both Itami and Strong gave of their body and their soul.
Take a look back here in this match, the angle slam here. Oh, to the new WWE Hall of Famer, the cover here, but still Hideo Itami would not back down in this match. Frankly, neither man would.
Take a look, Falcon Arrow off the middle rope, lands it, came close, but Strong again dug down deep, managed to get that shoulder off the mat at the last second.
And then watch this, the match will continue. This was a moment we thought we were going to see the sick kick, but instead, boom, right there, the knee strike would land for Hideo Itami, giving him a little bit of an opportunity. And this was the grit of Roderick Strong. He would not stay down, but it was Itami that would ensure that GTS would put him down.
Finally, Itami gets the 3 count.
Hideo Itami will go on to face Bobby Roode 1 week from Saturday at NXT TakeOver Chicago for the NXT Championship.
So guys, we have not heard the last of Roderick Strong by a long shot.
Without a doubt, Roderick left everything he possibly had inside of him in that ring tonight. I'm impressed by Roderick, always.
Always does. What a show of respect from 2 warriors.
Tremendous sportsmanship between Roderick Strong and Hideo Itami tonight. But it was Hideo Itami, the man who fired the first shot in the face of the NXT champion Bobby Roode. And tonight, Itami ensures his championship opportunity in Chicago.